Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very anticipated reaction in the Schmoedown, of course. I'm your host, as usual, Kees Cornelis, joined by Chris and Nico, as usual. And yeah, guys, this is a rematch that has been coming for a very long time. Corruption Founding Fathers 2. Last time these guys faced each other was in the Anarchy tournament, and Corruption managed to David O'Russell it in the sudden death round, where Merle didn't get it, and Chance for some reason did, even though he did it with an apostrophe instead of a dot, which is why there was a controversy in that match. But anyway, guys, Chris, what are you expecting about this match? I know you're a big Horseman fan. You're very much against corruption. So, what do you think?
It all comes down to Roca. If Roca gives a performance like he gave against Mark Andreyko, if he gives the kind of performance he had against for the first half of the Manager Bowl, then it should be a cakewalk because, Dan Merle is kind of the champion.
Is he?
Just
I
saying.
have no idea.
Just saying. But even I have to admit, what's one thing that people will always say about John Roca and Dan Merle, for that fact, if they've lost to someone in the past, then that can get in their head.
Yep.
And I want the Founding Fathers to win because, corruption just ain't my bag. Plus, Chance is way too good to be teamed up with Mike, but less said about that, the better.
Okay.
But I hate to admit this. If corruption get a great round 2, then they've got it in the bag.
Yes.
It kills me to say that.
Really depends. We'll see. Nico, what are your expectations? Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win?
Okay, this kind of pains me a little bit because I do not want Mike Kalinowski to become the first player to hold 3 belts at once, let alone overall. I'd rather Rachel be the first to do that. With that said, Kalinowski's playing on another level right now. And we know what Chance is capable of as well. And as Chris just mentioned, Roca is the X factor. So as much as I'd prefer the Founding Fathers to win this, because I am also down with corruption, as in I want them to go down, I feel like this is corruption's match to win.
Interesting. Well, look, I like both of these teams. I have said before that I have no issues with corruption. I think they're a very fun faction, playing the heel up well, and I do think Mike and Chance make a pretty good team. On the other hand, yeah, Merle is just one of my all-time favorite players. Period. Since he came into the league and just impressed and has been just killing it in terms of singles, I've liked him. But this is really the first time that we're also seeing him kick ass in teams, and that's because of Roca. But as you guys say, he has his off days, and it really just depends on him. That's always like he really is always a big question mark. Will he come to play or won't he? Because Merle will, but what about Roca? So that's really just we'll have to wait and see, I think. But I hope for just a good high-scoring match and for this match to, settle the thing about corruption and Founding Fathers. Because corruption is 1-0. If Founding Fathers can now really come back and destroy them, it's done. If corruption wins again, it's also done. So let's please just get it settled. I'm looking forward to it because, of course, the winner plays the Shy Wolf for the title. We'll just press play on this video in 3, 2, 1, play. Hey!
Ooh.
passes. Okay.
Third guy. Captain. Yes, man. This is good.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You're in charge. We're in charge. The family is on top.
I feel it.
Listen, man. This is huge. We can't blow this, all right? We've never had an opportunity like this before. We got to make everyone pay, starting with that jackass Ben Bateman and the Horseman. I want them with matching face tattoos. I want you to shave all their heads. I want you to have to paint their bodies. I want them to embarrass them, okay? And then I want Shire Wolves. I want Sam Levine to pay. I still haven't forgotten what he's done to me and what he did to Drew, okay?
I don't think you're thinking even big enough. But one thing I gotta do.
Oh, dear
I have to
God.
have a conversation with Emma Fife.
Okay.
I forgot this was the first match of his reign of terror.
Yes, it is.
What did we do to deserve this?
Shit's gonna go down. What? We didn't do anything. We didn't root for Drew McWeeny to win that manager bowl. He just did.
Joined by my partner in crime, Mark Ellis. And Mark, #1 contender match here in the team division, and it is a grudge match. It is a sequel. We have the Founding Fathers. That is right, Dan Murrell, the current champion, and John the Outlaw Roca going up to try to avenge their loss against Corruption. That is Mike the Killer Kalinowski and the Cobra, Chance Ellison.
Yeah, I mean, the Founding Fathers have been like a heat-seeking missile on this revenge. They want it so bad going back up against Corruption. And Christian, what's really interesting here is that you have legends of the game competing. You have Dan Murrell, you have John Roca, and guess what, kids? They're on the same team. That's the Founding Fathers. But you look at a Kalinowski, you look at a Chance Ellison. Maybe he is the X Factor today, the youngest of the crew by at least 30 years. How is he going to perform today?
Also, these are 4 superstars. You know, the fact that Chance Ellison came in here and he did not have an easy road. His first singles match was against Ethan Irwin. His second teams match was against the Founding Fathers. I mean, he's been in the muck already since he has started. But you look at what Dan Murrell is doing right now as the champion. Dan Murrell is on a run that we've never seen before. He is just on fire. And then you couple him up with John Roca and what they did in Houston, 3-1 right now. And Dan Murrell has an automatic title shot. They didn't have to take this match. They could have went straight to the title match. They said, no, we want to try to get a redemption for what happened at Anarchy. And here we go. We have a grudge match, 3-1. We know about the O'Russell gate. We know about the big thing that happened with David O'Russell, and there was this big challenge. There's an emotional post-interview. These teams have a lot of smack talk, a lot of history already, and they're both Anarchy teams.
Do you think that it's a huge notch in the belt or the feather in the cap of the Founding Fathers because they were able to come together during a live event, like you brought up Houston? I think that solidifies team chemistry in a way that you can't replicate in any other fashion.
No, they're vibing for sure. I mean, they used to be big. They were rivals. John Roca and Murrell were two of the biggest rivals that we've ever seen in this league. They joined up. Now the foundation of the Horsemen. That's another thing to introduce here too. Is that the last time they played, they didn't have a manager. They do have a manager in Tom Dagnino. Who the hell thought that would ever happen?
Well,
but that is exactly what happened. Now the Founding Fathers part of the Horsemen, and Corruption with Grace Hancock. And
That is true.
This is
We do have a
grudge
unique
match.
managerial
The
aspect in
winner
this
will be
rematch.
facing the champions in the next match.
Got Ken and Grace on one side, and you've got Dagnino on the other.
Interviews, we here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown very excited to announce a new partnership with Skilly World app. Follow them on social media.
I
at
downloaded
Skilly World.
that app.
This is a trivia app. They do daily trivia tournaments, and this Wednesday, July 17th at 9:30 p.m., they're going to have a movie mastermind tournament. You heard me right, Schmoedown fans. A movie mastermind tournament, Christian. I think that our ilk would fare very well in the Skilly World app, particularly the movie mastermind tournament.
It made absolute sense for this partnership because this is perfect for you guys.
Actually, trivia.
It's just true or false questions. That's it.
That's true.
Sign up, get on over there, and do it.
Yeah, you download the Skilly World app. You can do it on the Apple App Store. You can go to their website, skillyworld.com. You're going to win big money up to $3,000. $3,000?
I know, that's true.
Wow.
Our competitor's like, excuse me?
Yeah, that's I left the building.
I'm
He's
like,
backstage.
ooh,
Again,
hello, free
once
money.
again, Skilly World app. It is the movie Mastermind.
Mark was saying
Sound.
that, like,
You can
wait,
follow
what?
them on social media at Skilly
Am I
World,
promoting
SkillyWorld.com.
this? I should be playing
Christian,
this.
I feel good about Skilly World. I feel good about our fans.
Christian's like, I'm gonna play this
About
just so I
Mark
can
versus
get
Founding
more
Fathers.
money to do
I'm
more
sure
stuff.
Going to let me down in the pre-interview.
Yes.
Well, here we go.
Got to have money.
Ah.
Lolita.
And your winner by way of knockout,
Who does Corruption want next? Who are you guys eyeing up?
Founding Fathers. I want to teach them a lesson a second time.
and your winner! I thought you said it counted.
Corruption got really lucky. There's no question about it. A lot of things were off in that match, including apostrophes.
This is bullshit.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the whining that we won because of, Russellgate or whatever. You know what? Out of all the competitors in the Schmoedown, I expect stuff like that from Bateman and Guy and stuff like this. You guys are the founding fathers. Be better than that.
They've been playing. They know what's up.
To be
You know what
fair,
else they
Bateman
have?
is in that
They have
faction.
this.
New five horsemen here. You call your friend Kalinowski and you tell him, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for all of them. All of Corruption.
If you want to come back and come at us, but own the loss that you guys had. If not, we're just going to wipe the floor with you again.
They want the Founding Fathers again. They want to play Merle. They want to play Roca. They want that match.
They also know that their victory was tainted in a piece of and so they know they want to, like, really beat us. So I like that they're calling us, and I enjoy that.
Dude, you lost. Own it.
I understand they're
You
trying to
can't
grow
do
the
that,
league,
so you know
but
what? Now, me and Mike got to come back
censorship.
and teach that lesson all over again. I'm going to put the final stake in the coffin today.
Oh, wait. Are you telling me Chance has something to say about the Outlaw? How did Oyama taste? Exactly. So talk all Get it all out. Because I know what's behind those sunglasses, and that's fear.
To be fair, if Oyama takes out Gan, then Kansas loss
You guys are
against
just that speed bump to
Paul
get to
is
there.
a little
Because
near.
it's going to be
a
also
little
this guy
more
who's with me on my side. We're going to get the team's
Little bit.
belt. This guy's on his way to getting that singles belt as well. And this is the start of it.
They're 1-1. We're 3-1. Let them win a few more to get to us. Settle down, big guy.
We could have taken the easy way out. We could have cashed in your #1 contendership, but we didn't. And you know why? Because we're the Founding Fathers.
John and I are ready to play anybody, anytime.
What he said.
You're cute. You're good. Merle has the belt. I'll give you that. Roca, I
No,
mean,
you
is he
won't.
gonna bring his walker in here today? The guy is washed up. These guys, we're not worried. Look, we've been here before, and we've won before. We're already in their heads. They're already terrified of us, as they should be. They haven't beaten us. This is old news to us. We're not worried.
We could have skipped. We could have skipped playing Corruption. And you know what? A lot of people would say it's because we don't want to face up to the demons of the past. But if we were going to skip Corruption, we already lost. Because that means we're running scared. Because that means we're afraid of them. We're not afraid of them. We're going to give Corruption everything we got. We're going to take everything they got. But we don't run from anybody. We are the Founding Fathers. And there's nothing Founding Fathers want and do better than a fight. And today is going to be a fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what this rivalry reminds me of? Schmo's in top 10.
Yeah, you know, remind me of that place.
Look, no love lost.
I hurt
there,
myself
my friend.
too
You
with that
have
case.
the
Fucking
teams just talking on this
Spider-Man.
back. Grace Hancock taking
Fucking
shots.
Spider-Man. Fucking Nickelback.
Taking shots at Corruption. It is just a back and forth.
The hero will save us.
And yes, and there's the offender right there. Mark.
I believe Roca is inside of Chance Ellison.
Come on.
I truly believe that. I think that he gets that kid riled up more than anyone that I've seen so far. I saw them going toe-to-toe at a bar in Houston after the match, and
Really?
Chance was rattled. Chance was a little rattled.
Like a movie trivia brawl?
No, they were just talking smack.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Does Chance wear his sunglasses out to after-hours establishment?
He does.
That's a real movie trivia competitor, kids. Christian, this thing's going to get hot. It's going to get hot. It's probably going to get controversial, and that's why you got Mom and Dad on the announcer desk.
All right, Mark, here's a little bit of the tale of the tape.
What happened to your computer?
Someone stole it. And then we have first you start with the Founding Fathers. That's right, Dan Merle and John Roca, obviously biopics, Spielberg, and a lot of titles in between them. And Roca has, I'm not going to say that. All right, fine, age. And then,
Oh,
I didn't write it in the
You
notes.
could've said good at wearing belts.
Someone wrote it in the notes.
You should have said good at cowboy hats.
Someone wrote it in the notes. I think it was Chance Ellis.
The only competitor that has spurs on his boot.
Right. And then you have Corruption. They have comic book movies in the 2000s. And see, look, someone also wrote this. Apparently, Chance brought his rattle. Okay, I don't know who wrote that. I don't know who wrote that.
He's a little kid. Roca, very old
I don't
man.
know.
Corruption, not strong spellers.
I don't know.
There's a lot of ageism in this episode.
That is the tail of the tape, Mark. You ready to get going?
Yeah, I feel great.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Time
time
for
for
the
the
movie trivia Schmoedown. Yeah. Yeah.
We were
We just woke up. It's okay.
we were perfectly in sync for that one, by the way. I just want to celebrate that.
Representing the Five Horsemen, led to the ring by their manager, Tom Dagnino, and Mark Yodi Riley, with a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, and 3 knockouts. They are the Outlaw John Roca and the reigning movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dan Murrow, the founding father.
There's manager Dagnino and Mark Yodi Riley. Always great to see a Schmoedown legend. And there is John Roca holding up the 5, smiling. Murrow got his belt, got his Florida State, had both.
He's got a pinky ring.
Florida State alum.
Now, notably missing here is Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman out of town. Could not be here for his brother in here, but Ben Bateman out of town. John Roca screaming at Sam Levine to get up in front already. That rivalry still hasn't died.
Sam Levine conducting business.
Lena Headley.
I don't know.
There.
And they even asked him, and then he still said it.
Their opponents.
Someone said something funny and I missed it. What is this song?
Representing Corruption.
They have a new song, don't they?
The record of
Oh yeah, they did. They do have a
1
new song.
defeat and 2 knockouts. They are the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown semi-finalists. Led to the ring by
Oh, that's right,
Ken
David
Matzock
Beesman
and
track.
Grace Hancock. The Cobra, Chance Ellison, and the former Geekdom movie trivia Schmoedown champion, Mike the Killer Kalinowski. Corruption! Brand new theme song by
Grace
Brian
Hancock.
D.
And Ken Matzock leading their competitors. Mike, his hand on Chance's shoulder. Will he have to rely on that much in the match?
Yeah, look, the history here between we've been here before, Mark, and it feels like we're about to take up right where we left off back in 2018.
That's right. We got 2 sunglasses and then 2 normal glasses on the stage. A lot of eyewear on display.
Now that's the size of Roca. All right. It's up to you guys.
Mike Kalinowski going to help himself to a chair. Chance has already sat down.
Yeah.
Dan
Roca's
Murrow
gonna
is
take a
sitting
stand,
in.
it seems.
Murrow kind of looking at Murrow is he going to sit down?
As you wish, brother. Play your game. I'll sit down for the game.
All right, team chemistry off the charts.
All right. All right, Mark. The competitors have sat down. You can feel the tension in the air here.
I'm going to assume Roca threw his back out, and that's why he's not sitting down.
You may see firsthand for all rounds of this match. In round number 1,
Good joke.
The field is going to hear 8 questions.
John, feel free to comment down below.
Schmoedown Galaxy.
Either how wrong Nico is,
Sometimes
or
you're missing a question, there's no
maybe just
stealing.
explain
In
it.
round number 1, this is the team format, but it is an
I
individual
mean,
exercise.
he is
in
over
round
100
number
years
1.
old,
It is
so
all
that's your explanation right there.
As far as garnering the answer, you may not rely on the strength of your teammate for answers in round.
He was alive when the
We ask
Fire
questions.
Nation
You have about
attacked.
15 seconds to write down your best attempt at answers. Keep your eyes on your own whiteboard. When we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show the whiteboard to the camera.
Yes!
At the same time, you verbalize your attempt at an answer into the microphone. Each team
Okay.
has 3 usages.
Well done.
The JTE
that was
rule
great.
throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question.
But here's the
Mark, you
real
wanna buy yourself
question.
another 15 seconds.
Did they
Use
attack
the
with
JTE
China
rule.
sticks?
Also, each as a team has 1 challenge, and I'm sure
That's
these will
China
be the first
sticks.
question.
All right.
Oh,
Well, here we go.
God.
So we start with Corruption. Are you guys
It's
ready?
like, Joe, check out the last
Ready?
Who Cares Anyway
Let's
podcast.
Father's ready to go.
Always ready. Oh yeah.
Then let's get ready
To
to
Schmoedown.
This crowd is so excited they can feel the tension in the room.
All right, here we go, guys. Question number 1 in the realm of action adventure. Action adventure. What is the full name of Michael Bihn's character in The Terminator?
Either first and last.
First and last.
Nico doesn't know this.
He
I'm
can
gonna
still
take
just
a
look it up.
guess. Now. I'm gonna take a guess.
I was gonna say J is in like a
5,
Michael J. Fox.
4, 3.
I was big in the 80s.
2. It was.
Repeat the question.
Oh.
What is the full name of Michael Bihn's character?
Mike, weren't you in this show at Universal Studios? Or no, sorry, I think of Mike Fogel. I'm sorry, Kalinowski. I'm sorry.
Whoa, okay. The racist answer doesn't have anything.
2, 1. Pens down, and we start with
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was John Connor.
John didn't have it. Nope. Chance.
Kyle Reese.
Yes.
Took me a second, but I remembered it. Kyle
Dan
Reese.
had it. Okay, 2-1.
Kyle Reese.
Corruption going up by 1 here.
He's a
2-1.
Terminator, also a big fan of peanut butter candy.
John Connor is played by either Edward Furlong, Nick Stahl,
Your question.
Christian Bale.
Radcliffe is a villain from what Disney film?
Or Jason Clarke. This is a movie I like a lot, but Chris doesn't.
Nope.
4, 3.
This movie is Believe in Human.
Pocahontas.
Chance.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I wrote The Great Mouse Detective.
And Mike.
You were thinking of Radigan.
All right.
Yeah.
By 2 here.
Actually,
Rough start.
I can see why you would confuse the two because they kind of look alike.
Dramas is the next question. Dramas.
Sure.
Who plays single mother Josie
Okay.
in 2005's North Country?
So Jamestown and Williamsburg.
Yeah, fuck.
Jamestown's a little outside of.
What is this movie?
Colonial Williamsburg is where I grew up, near Busch Gardens, the Budweiser Brewery. Then you go out to historic Jamestown,
5,
which is where Pocahontas took place.
3.
And then if you want to go to Yorktown, you can see a lot of Revolutionary War.
Pens down, please.
It says Jane
Charlize
Fonda.
Theron.
I know Julia Roberts.
No, Dan.
It says Jane Fonda.
Yes, Mike.
Charlize Theron.
Yep, and John. Okay, so Corruption coming back. Oh, excuse me, Founding Fathers coming back by 1
I think that's
here.
a big answer for
Stupid
Roka,
joke.
too, just to get on the board, just to start
I think
contributing.
Dan and
So
Mike
now
are
it
still
seems like we're
perfect.
full steam ahead as we get
Yes.
into your 4th question
Could
in
be.
round number 1. We're at the halfway point with directors. And your question is, who directed 2018's Bumblebee?
Oh, shoot.
You and I in the
Director of Coup on a Two Strings.
Oh, crap.
Yes.
Explosion of
The name's not coming to me.
5, 4, 3.
He hasn't directed a lot.
1. Pens
To be
down.
fair.
Travis Knight.
Travis Knight.
Dan Merle.
Travis Knight.
Yes.
Travis Knight.
Yes, it is.
Travis Knight.
And Chance.
Travis Knight. I try to draw the Nike symbol.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. All right.
Why, though?
Both Mike Kalinowski and Dan Merle have not
Nike
missed yet.
symbol, okay.
Swoosh, harder to draw than one would think.
Sure.
Next question is fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale star in what 2000s film where the Earth is overrun with dragons?
All right. you
This
gotta
movie
be
sucks,
locked
but it's
into an
beautiful.
elevator for 5 hours. Either
It's
McConaughey
just
or
straight up
Bale.
beautiful.
McConaughey does not shower. I have my record. Does
I think this is wrong, but it has dragons in it, so
Pens down, please.
Aragon?
No.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire is correct.
Damn it.
Got it.
Rain of
Yeah,
Fire.
Yes, Chance.
Rain of Fire.
And Dan.
Rain of Fire.
Look at that.
Woo!
All right, see, that's
What a
what we're
match.
talking about.
What a
Now we
match.
got a lot of momentum going
Yeah, it is.
forward with both Corruption and Founding Fathers. Your next question comes from the world of comedies. Let's hear it, crowd. Good.
Cheering.
Brody laughs.
No.
Question is, in the film Mean Girls, what day of the week are the plastics required to wear pink?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Just pick a day of the week.
Well, we broke
Any
the
day.
outlaw.
Yeah.
7 days in a week.
Maybe it's even hump day. You never know.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens
Wednesday?
down. John Roca.
I don't know. Friday?
No. Chance.
I was thinking Wednesday and wrote Tuesday.
Wednesday, and
Yes.
I totally knew that.
And
Yes!
Kalinowski got it.
I remember it.
2 points up our Corruption.
God.
Once again,
His
Kalinowski
face, he was so
cannot
happy.
miss yet.
Oh, happy. God,
Question
that
is
one.
horror thriller for question 7. Horror thriller. What horror film features a mother and son who are haunted by a creature that they first see in a creepy picture book?
Oh, I love this movie.
Name it.
I feel like there's a bevy
So
of horror.
good.
You go to your local
How
red
did
box,
the
you find a
descent
lot of
though?
five.
So
4, 3, 2,
2014, one of the
Pens
best movies
down,
of the year.
please, and we
The
go to
Babadook.
Chance.
Oh, I wrote Hereditary.
Dan.
The Babadook.
Yes.
The Babadook.
The Babadook.
Yes.
There you go, baby.
And
This is a good act.
And what do you got?
No, I don't know.
Didn't have it. Okay. So
Damn it.
I don't have
Roca, come on.
Founding Fathers 10. And the last question here. We have both Kalinowski and Dan not missing yet. Here we go.
All right, your last question in round number 1 comes from the world of
Hey,
crime.
Roca, how would you get it?
Crime movie.
Crime?
Question.
Yes, crime.
I couldn't hear you over my partner.
If you want to hear the category again, it's a JTE rule. Which actor plays an ambitious cop named Avery who must deal with department corruption in The Place Beyond the Pines?
Okay, it's one of two actors.
Seriously, the question includes the word corruption. You kind of feel that that's kind of, you know.
4.
I have no idea. I'm okay with 4 though.
2, 1 pens down.
Bradley Cooper.
Dan?
I don't think it's him. It's Ryan Gosling.
That's incorrect.
I completely shit the bed this round.
Correct.
Yes!
Woo! Bradley Cooper. Roca got it also. And Chance.
No theatrics. Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. So corruption going up by 4. Mike Kalinowski has a chance to have them go up by 5. If he gets this correct, he has a perfect round.
I got
so far.
nothing.
Here's the bonus
Wow.
question for Mike Kalinowski, who's having a hell of a
Time
game.
for my
Just like
vacation.
Mike,
You don't need to write it down. Just give your best answer when you're
Vacations
ready. Here you go, Mike.
I want
This
it.
2004 comedy film had the tagline, a romantic comedy.
Shaun of the Dead.
songs.
This is an act. You see it.
You know it, Mike. Come on, just say it.
5.
You just know it.
Shaun of the Dead.
For one more
There we
point.
go.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Mike Kalinowski now, he's starting to get into Roca's head. I
that
think,
is
too.
a perfect. So Roca is in Chance's head, but now Kalinowski's in Roca's head.
Easily.
Could Dan get inside? We just have like a 4-way inception. Now, when you look at the end of round number 1 here, Christian, both
Can
teams are
everyone
playing
just
well.
get at-
It's just that the Founding Fathers, 11 points,
Yeah.
nothing to sneeze at, but you have a perfect game with Mike Kalinowski, and then
Dishy,
Chance contributing as well,
dishy,
16 to
pasta,
11, and the Founding Fathers are looking up at corruption.
Dishy, pasta, pasta, dishy, pasta, pasta.
And one spin of the wheel in round number 2 can change everything. Round number 2 is, of course, known as the wheel round. The wheel of fate,
I gave
doom,
up hope
and
already, guys.
justice.
I'm
You
sorry.
will see that there
Can
wheel.
I have some
That
China
wheel
sticks with
is
that
a
dishy
sponsored
pasta?
wheel, and we want to thank our Schmoedown patron, Jake Burnham. How about a hand for Jake Burnham?
Thank you, Jake.
Sponsoring the entire wheel. Thank you so much for your support, Jake. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Jake's sponsored wheel slices are Kurt Russell and Crime. Once again, crime movies.
Make it trending, guys. Make it
Ugly Head.
trending.
So you each get a spin of the wheel. You are going to have a category. Once we settle on that, could be a
If you don't know why, go back to the last Who Cares Anymore podcast.
Each team gets 6 questions from said category. Each question's worth 2 points. There is no penalty for missing a question. However, there is multiple choice available. So if you're not sure,
William
of the
Bibiani
answer,
has
you can ask
growl
us for
growl.
multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options. One of
We have
which is
China
the correct
sticks.
We have
answer.
China sticks.
And my team stealing is available in round number 2. And in round number 2, the teammates may rely on each other for each and every question.
All right, so Founding Fathers have used 1 repeat the question. Corruption has all 3 left. And both have their challenges left as we get to round number 2. Corruption, you are up by 5 here. Would you like to go first or second?
We're gonna spin first.
You're going to spin first. Again,
All right, Kalinowski.
wheel and not the
Get it, Mike.
peg, my friend. And here is the former IG champ going to go spin, playing a hell of a game here.
I expected them to go second.
Mike Kalinowski, a perfect game, and he
Wow.
somewhat of a round of applause from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
how do you
tough
not
to see who
respect
they're
that?
rooting
I'll
for.
applaud
How do
it.
you not respect that first round? 9 points.
'Cause they're gonna
Kalinowski
win.
looking like the good-looking leader of a biker gang.
Don't call it, Chris. It's coming around.
Oh!
Oh my God!
Oh!
James Bond.
And they just
And you
won.
know Chance is clapping because
Wow.
Mike Kalinowski,
They just won.
he may continue to have a perfect
Oh.
game because he knows his Jimmy
Wow.
Bond
Oh,
through and
God.
through.
Luck is shining
I
on
love
Mike
it. I love
Kalinowski right now. Look at this. So
Oh.
we got 6 questions in the realm of James Bond, gentlemen, and we start with this. Which Roger Moore Bond film has a villain
Live and
named
let die.
Kananga?
Yeah, live in that time.
Live and let die.
For 2 points. Okay, that's correct. Here's the next question. Which alternate rock band?
Alternative.
What else?
Garbage.
Alternate? Sorry.
Yes.
So, which alternative rock band performed the title song in The World Is Not Enough?
it garbage?
Correct for 2 more points.
Quit
Mike
pretending you
Kalinowski.
don't know it.
Points perfect through 2 Bond questions.
Next question. Which actress plays Madeline Swan
There's
in
two.
Spectre?
Yep.
Leah Sadu.
2 more points. Mike Kalinowski showing that he knows his Bond once again.
Feel free to answer at any time, Chance.
I do.
Next question. Bond girl Cara Milvoy plays what classical music
Cello.
instrument in
Cello, yeah.
The Living Daylights?
Stradivarius.
Woo. Tough. I don't know any of this. That's good. I don't know a damn question. I don't know anything.
Cello.
Correct.
Chance.
Hey, he
Chance,
answered
get on.
something.
Man.
It's the instrument from a Dalton Bond movie.
2 more questions here for Corruption. Which character in the Bond franchise has been played by actors
come on.
Bernard Lee
Jesus.
and Robert Brown?
By the way, these are the 2 guys who've played M the longest.
M.
Correct for 2 more points. And
Just the letter. It's also
Wow.
the correct answer. Christian, I'm looking at the scoreboard. I just want to make sure I'm seeing the same one you are. It is a 15-point advantage,
Right now
and we're
it
not
is.
even done with round number 2 for Corruption.
now here's your last question in Bond, ladies. Ladies.
There's ladies in the
Ladies.
audience. It works. There's female.
Ladies in the audience, yeah.
Here's your next question, your 6th question. In Live and Let Die, Jane Seymour plays a Bond girl who shares
Solitaire.
her name with a type of card game. What's her name?
Solitaire.
2 more points.
Wow.
That was a hell of a round. Perfect round for Corruption.
And Founding Fathers can't help
Boy.
it.
You have to.
What do you do?
It was
That's great.
That was impressive, but you look at this now. The Founding Fathers find themselves in a position they usually put other teams in. They're in knockout range.
They're losing by 17.
They've got to have a great round here, so we're going to have the champion, I believe, is going to spin, or is champion will spin?
They got to get at least 4
Right.
questions
So
correct.
it's a maximum of 12 points you can get.
They need
so
something big.
if they throw a perfect game here, they could cut the lead to 5 points.
Right.
For Corruption. But here's the danger, Christian. You can go ahead and spin. I'm just going to wax philosophic here for a sec.
Let
Is
it
that
spin.
if it happens to be, let's say the dreaded opponent's choice comes up, if Corruption gets some steals, there could be a knockout.
Which would be unbelievable.
That would be
Unbelievable. Nobody-
unprecedented.
Round it goes. And opponent's choice lurking. And Christian, it's not good. Is it going to be
Romance.
Dan's like, yeah.
They're like, we just dodged the big one.
They're going to spin again.
Let's do it, Dan.
That's why he's the champion. He strategizes.
Let's do it, Dan.
He's doing a big spin here.
So now my mind immediately goes to what is their weakness. So
Ride
if
or
they
die,
did spin
whatever.
opponent's choice.
Okay, I do want spinner's choice in this one.
There are a lot of
Or
strengths
just a
out there for Founding
category
Fathers.
that they can be score a lot of points in.
Told me that it would be this many points deficit.
17 points.
Unbelievable.
That's a huge deficit.
So here they're going to.
God damn.
And
Oh no. Oh no.
they feared.
Oh.
Has happened.
Opponent.
Wow.
It didn't pan out, so now the onus is on Corruption.
The wheel's not in your favor, man.
Did they piss on a leprechaun's grave? Like what?
I don't know what happened, but wow.
They gave romance.
Because I think.
Okay.
I mean, that's
really
makes
You got to
sense.
go for the home run. You got to take the risk.
Yeah. All right. So.
Gave him romance. 4 men on the table who hate romance. 2 are going to have to answer 6 questions from that genre of movies.
Hey, Christian,
Gentlemen,
ask Chance about your
6
wife.
questions in the wheel slice known as romance. Who stars alongside Donald Gleason as the girl he travels through time over and over again to woo in About Time?
Rachel McAdams.
2 points.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Big. So
Hold on.
28-13.
And they're on the board, building some momentum. Your next question. Who plays bad boy Patrick Verona, who is hired to go on a date
Heath
with Kat
Ledger.
Stratford in 1999?
Yeah.
10 things I
Oh
Know
yeah.
About You.
Yeah. I love that movie.
2 more points. Founding Fathers crawling back here.
Crawling back, trying to get out of knockout range here.
Come on.
Your next question. In The Great Gatsby, and we can go either version. You can go Bob Redford, DiCaprio, however you want to do it. What does Gatsby stare at every night to remind himself of how close Daisy is?
The green light.
He got it.
That's
The
right.
green light at the end of the dock, and so now they need a couple more questions answered just to feel safe to avoid a knockout. And your 4th question in the world of romance movies, you're perfect so far. Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn play married lawyers at odds in the courtroom in what film?
Oh, there are multiple choice. I'll know
4.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, State of the Union, B, Desk Set, C, Adam's Rib, D,
Rib.
Woman of the Year?
Adam's Rib?
Give him a point.
One more point. Look at that. So now there are 10
I could go for some ribs right now.
3 questions left, right?
2 questions left.
2 questions
Yes.
left.
Your penultimate question. In the world of romance, what country music artist plays Brad's brother, Dallas, in 4 Christmases?
Tim McGraw.
2 more points.
All right,
Jeez.
Roca, he's wearing the
Come on!
style hat.
Romans
so
is
here
going
we
a
go.
lot better than they thought it would.
Your last question. In the world of romance movies, if you get this right off the bat, you're going to pull to within 6 points of Corruption and their lead. Richard Gere is training to become an officer in the military. In what military branch? In 1982's An Officer and a Gentleman.
I think it's the.
I believe it's the Air Force.
Yeah, and the options are going to be Navy, Marines, Air Force, and
Marines.
That is incorrect for a 2-point steal.
Oh, shit.
Can Corruption come up with the branch?
The Navy?
2 points.
Wow.
Oh!
There we go.
Wow.
Holy mother of God. They have to go perfect.
Almost knocking out the Founding Fathers there. 10 points. So the Founding Fathers,
Navy.
The Founding Fathers need to hit all 3 of their 3-pointers.
They have 30 points
Fathers
after
need all
2
3 of their
rounds.
questions in the 3rd round just to stay in the game.
Just to
and
force
tie
the
it.
hand of Corruption.
Wow.
They couldn't come up with Navy, the
That's
school that
against
produced
Founding Fathers.
legendary athletes like David Robinson and Roger Staubach.
All right, so here is the 3rd round here, Mark. How does it go?
In round number 3, each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different category of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. The first question here is worth 2 points. Next one's 3 points. Last one's worth 5 points. Because this is the team format, once we give the team your category for your 2-point question, the team will have to decide which member of the team is going to answer that question solo. You may not rely on your partner's knowledge for the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer, which will be answered by the other team member. You may only collaborate on the 5-point question. So Corruption, you are enjoying a sizable 10-point advantage. What 3 numbers from 1 to 20 feel luckiest?
2, 14, and 17.
2, 14, and 17 for Corruption, and for the Founding Fathers.
6, 8, and 20.
6, 8, and 20 for the Founding Fathers, who will go first here with question number 6. Question number 6, we should have Angelina Jolie films. Who will take the 2-pointer from you guys?
Give it to Roca.
I'll take it.
Okay, now remember, if the Founding Fathers miss 1 question,
all on the line here.
The game is over. Here
Ooh,
is the
boy.
question, Dan. Name the Angelina Jolie movie from the plot synopsis. A CIA agent goes on the run after a defector accuses her of being a Russian spy.
Salt.
Correct for
Salt.
2 points.
All right.
All right.
So they are on the board
They're
here
on the
in
board.
round number 3, but Christian, the pressure only gets hotter for them as now they have to answer their 3-point question. They selected category number 8.
It's on John Roca here to stay in the game with his 3-pointer. John, you chose 8 famous actors and actresses. Here is your 3-pointer. All right. Kristen Stewart plays Jodie Foster's daughter.
Panic Room.
Which film?
Panic Room.
3 points.
All right.
Ooh.
Now
They're competing.
they're competing. So in order to stay in the game here, they need to collectively come up with their 5-pointer. And here is the 5-pointer. It is sports films. Sports films. Here's your 5-pointer, gentlemen.
They have Dagnino in their corner now.
All right. In The Wrestler, where does Randy work when he's not fighting?
A grocery store deli.
At a deli? In the grocery store?
That is correct. Wow, correct. So now
They're going to have to beat us.
the Founding
They're gonna have
Fathers.
to beat us.
That's right. John said it.
Three
They have to
questions.
beat them there too. So it is tie game. So Corruption has to get 1 question right in order to make the title match. If they miss all 3, we go to sudden death. But they just
Again.
have to hit 1 question,
They won't.
and they will challenge for the championship.
That's right.
There's a lot of time left in this
performance here in
video,
round
though.
3 anyway from Founding Fathers.
Which
to-
makes me
to
wonder,
make us at least give us
Robert
some
Meyer
sort of
Burnett,
suspense and-
where
and
is he?
thrill and drama. Corruption now, you
Oh,
do have
boy.
to answer questions. You selected number 2 for your 2-point question, and that corresponds to I've never heard of this actor, I guess Tom Hanks is his name. So
Tom Hanks.
between Mike Kalinowski or Chance Ellison, who would like to answer the 2-pointer solo on the work of Mr. Hanks?
I'll take it.
Mike Kalinowski is going to take it. And your question. Tom Hanks has portrayed Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon
3.
in how many films?
Vinci Code, Inferno, and Angels and Demons.
3.
You're a winner!
Whew. I got to applaud. They were on top of their game.
Yes, they were. Definitely.
Wow. Handshakes all around.
Yes,
Very classy
respect.
match here.
Respect
but
from both teams.
I mean, look, Founding Fathers made it. Look, if I told you at the end of the day that the score is going to be 32 for Corruption, 30 for Founding Fathers, you would have said, wow, what an all-time match. It probably went to overtime. It did not go to overtime, but credit the Founding Fathers for avoiding the KO and then the TKO, making Corruption work for paycheck. But my God, Corruption, you talk about getting breaks, but also knowing the most about movie trivia in a variety of categories.
And I'm glad you said that because Mike Kalinowski just proved he's not just an inner geek.
He's not just a dork.
He didn't miss one question. He had a perfect.
Is that true?
He got all of his Bond questions right. He got his 2-pointer right, and he got every question right in the first round. That's the best Mike Kalinowski has ever played in the singles. That is dangerous. If Mike Kalinowski can show up like that in singles, and in teams, and in the inner geekdom, I mean, you're looking at a different kind of competitor. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they spun James Bond, and
I hate to say it, but we might be looking at the Pedro Morales of the Schmoedown. The first guy to complete the Triple Crown.
Really penalized them. I mean, that's a 4.
It's good that you added the second part because I had no idea what you were saying at
A
first.
well-played trivia match as we expected here today, but the Corruption with a well-earned and decisive win.
You couldn't be more right there when you said that steal was everything because.
Yes, it was.
Because if they hit that
Absolutely
and they're only down 6, they had all
Very
3 of those
different
questions.
story.
It's a very different story that they might have. Who knows what that 3 and that 5 would have been like for Corruption? But man, the Founding Father, and you can tell John Roca's a bit bummed. He had a bit. Look, we have rough games.
It's a tough loss.
John had a rough game.
That's why you love this league. Is that the competitors care about the wins, they care about the losses, they enjoy the victories, they suffer through the L's, and we're going to hear from both the winner and the loser right now. In an exclusive post-game interview with our own Jen Sturger.
Oh, well, you win by the wheel and you die by the wheel.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dan?
That's absolutely right. I asked Christian, he didn't know before we did this interview, I have a task for Frank, which is how many times has one person spun opponent's choice? Because I think I might hold that record too. But that's not to take away from their performance. Mike had, I think, a perfect game.
He did. He had a perfect
game. Not easy to do. There's not many people that have done that.
And look, that's hard to combat. You know, like you had one in New York. I mean, and Ethan played a great game, and it was just like there's just nothing you can do except be perfect as well. And so it was just his day, I guess, is what it comes down to.
Sometimes it's your day, sometimes it's not.
We ran into a buzzsaw there. You know, what's good for the goose is not always good for the gander. Kalinowski was fantastic. Can't take anything away from that guy. I don't know what Chance did, but Kalinowski was fantastic. When you look, you know, he rolled Bond, and Dan knew all those Bond questions as well. So if he slipped up, we would have been there.
I saw you like, oh, you were ready for the steal. You guys were ready for those steals. And it just, the opportunity didn't come up.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to miss them, but there was, I think all but 1 or 2 of them sitting there just like, I hope like there's like the lights go out or there's like a Freaky Friday situation and he forgets everything right now because I feel like I could maybe pick up one. But he's not going to miss that because that's what, if you know, there's a few things that you know in the Schmoedown, and one of them is that Mike Kalinowski knows James Bond.
I will say this, though. When they gave you guys romance, you guys could have been dead in the water because that's actually, isn't that what foils you with Guy?
That's, well, yeah, that I think it was rom-coms maybe, but yeah, I mean, that's the
No, it was straight up romance.
We chose not to keep it because we knew we had to go for a big swing, but yeah, when we got that category, it's like we could be This could be a knockout, and I honestly, like, I give credit. John was the one that came up with that 5-point question that kept us from the absolute KO that did not take us out of this game before round 3. You deserve credit for that answer. Much like our last game, John came up with the 5-pointer that kept us in the game. We are a team in every sense of the word.
And John, I see you beating yourself up over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, it was a tough first round. You know, I didn't show up as hard as I would like. And, you know, yeah, Kalinowski. Yeah, there you go. Kalinowski was a buzzsaw. I like that he's taking a page from Ben Bateman's book and delaying to answer and acting like he doesn't know.
Yeah, you two were exchanging those barbs in the first round.
He used to cry about Bateman. Now he's Bateman. So there you go. Bateman's back in the backs with the Horseman. You see Kalinowski being the new Bateman. So, you know, that's nice for him. But for me, personally, I just didn't show up and I let my teammate down. And I did get some of those romance answers correct. And I helped us get the 5-pointer for sure. But you know, I also blew the Navy question, and I blew Kyle Reese, and I blew Governor Ratcliffe, and I blew a couple other questions that just didn't work for me. Horror is just my blind spot. No matter what I do, it's just not a genre I run to. So I'm sorry I let my team down. I'm sorry I let the Horseman down. And we'll see where we go from here, to be honest with you. I know he's got that #1 contender shot, but I put no pressure on Dan. My greed for titles does not overcome my respect for Dan, and Dan is going to make the decision with that when he has the chance. But for me, I just got to go back in the room and maybe figure out if I'm going to keep going or not, and do some more studying.
That is right, though, Dan. You do have that title shot.
I do. But again, John didn't let anybody down. It would have been a KO if he hadn't been sitting at the table with me. I just want to get that off the table right now. Secondly, yeah, I do. I have time, though. I have the luxury of time with this thing. I still have a few months to cash it in, and I think what you have with that time is now the team's title picture is much clearer. We know who's going to be fighting for it, and I think it's not just that I use that shot, but you have to strategically decide when we use it. You know, if Corruption goes on to win, do we want to challenge them for a third time? Are we hoping that maybe in a best-of-3 scenario that we can come out that third time, or do we want to see if they get beat? Do we need to take on the team that beats them? Like, there's so many different things that go into it. I also have, you know, there's a lot of things with singles. I don't know what's going to happen with singles, but I love playing with John. He'd not let anybody down today. Like I said, we would have been KO'd if it wasn't for him. And right now, I'm just focused on this game and my teammate, and we'll see what happens from here.
Let me speak for the Horsemen as well here. When I look at my partner in this faction, John Roca, you didn't let anybody down. You didn't let the Horsemen down. All right? Look at what that score is. These guys came back in a big way when their backs were against the wall. Again, with romance, these guys are true champions. They're going to be back. The Horsemen are stronger than ever. This is just something that we have to deal with. I always say, in the Schmoedown, you have to be okay with losing, dust yourself off, and get back up, and I know John Roca can do that.
Exactly. Well said.
We'll get a promo out of you next time.
Next time. But Dan, if you use that #1 contender spot, my vote is yes. Let's take on whoever the hell wins that damn thing. But good luck to Corruption. Right. They beat us twice. Can't say nothing against that. No controversy this time, so at least I can go home, beat myself up, but wake up the next morning not thinking we got something stole from us. That's a positive.
Oh. Thanks so much,
fair
guys.
in love and war.
What he said. And we are back with Corruption.
I now see why this ending section is so long. It's because they talked forever.
Yeah.
Jennifer, we are.
Ken, good to see you.
Good to see you. Talking to the founding fathers, great part of the pillars of this league. A lot of accomplishments, a lot of them in the past. Corruption, we've struggled. We struggled. We know it. But that's in the past. One of the great voices in the history of rock and roll, Jeanette Napolitano, once sang, "Don't worry, honey. Don't look back. The past is past. Let it fade to black." We're dealing with champions here. That's what we've always known we are. It's just a matter of putting it down on paper for all of you to believe what we know deep down inside, and we're going to be champions.
Grace, I saw you enjoying that off to the sidelines. You've got to be feeling pretty good about this as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling great. This is exactly what, again, I said would happen, and it did. And look, Roca, there's no shame in retirement. There's a time and a place, honey. You're going to be just fine. I mean, we were one question away from tying the record of all time. I mean, these guys are champions. That's
and the only reason they didn't do it is because Corruption, or is because Founding Fathers didn't score enough points to get there.
I think a lot of people after last season, they really saw you mostly as an IG player, but between your performance in singles lately and now this team, wow. It's been you've been playing lights out.
Here's the thing. You know, people, you think they look at me as an Intergeekdom player. No, people didn't even think of me as a player. You all doubted me. I set out last year to take that Intergeekdom title, and I got it. And what did I say this year? What I'm going to do? You think I'm just studying Intergeekdom stuff like this? No, I'm studying everything. I told you what I was going to do. Every time I open my mouth to say what I'm going to do, it happens. Don't doubt me with your polls and all this crap, but keep on. You know what? You want to do that? Fine. It makes me a better player. Look where I am. A perfect game against 2 Titans in this. You talk about the Mount Rushmore of those guys. Like, yeah, they're great guys, but it's time to take a demo charge of that Mount Rushmore and blow it down. I'm taking those team titles. I'm going to take my Intergeekdom title, and we're going to get this guy a singles title here. We're going to have all the belts at the end of this. You see what happens when you doubt me. Keep doubting me.
That's right, Chance. You know, should you guys win this team titles, you would be the youngest person to ever hold a belt. That's gotta be blowing your mind right now.
Well, it is always great to be the one that makes history. I am so pumped. I'm so ready to go into that team title match. And there's nobody I'd rather go into battle with.
I just want to say something about Chance here. You know, Bond came up. I did well. This guy knew 3 of those that he told me. So this guy, he's got my back. It's not just, hey, if I get Bond, I'm taking it. This guy knows it too.
I got your back, baby.
So obviously now, Mike, you guys are going to be going up against the Shire Wolves, took the title back. And I know that this match has extra meaning to you because it's a chance to take a title off Rachel Cushing. What's the gravity of this for you?
I don't take Rachel lightly. She to me is the greatest competitor in this league. All 3 leagues she can handle. But here's the thing: this isn't her just alone out there. As Intergeekdom, she is a force to be reckoned with. And this team's, you know, she relies on her partner. And you know, whether it's like with Chance here, I've got the strongest partner in the game. He's got my back. We're there for each other. So we're gonna see how strong they are. They've lost. You know, they've had that loss. They went on that win. You know, they had that great streak, but now they've lost. We've seen the chink in their armor, and we know what happens to people when they lose, and it shakes their confidence. You know, people make fun of me, and you couldn't hold your belt, this and that. I know what it's like to lose. Losing makes you a better competitor.
Back to you guys.
Okay, Christian, we have a lot to digest with that post-game interview, but we want to remind everyone watching once again about the Skilly World app. It's a really cool trivia app you can download right now. Apple, you can go to Apple and download the app there, or you can go to skillyworld.com. And why we're telling you about it, the movie Mastermind Challenge is up right now. It's going to be July 17th is when you're going to be competing, 9:30 p.m. for the East Coasters. $3,000 is on the line. Show your movie trivia know-how. It's just true or false questions,
True
Christian.
or false
Our fans can knock that out of the park.
And you know you were answering questions along here today. Go do it there and try to win $3,000. True or false? That's it.
Win $3,000 if you fly out here for one of our live.
I'd like $3,000.
You know, you don't even have to. You keep the $3,000.
I wouldn't.
Earned it. Go to
you know.
skillyworld.com. Follow them online at
You can both take it off of my dead
corpse. It's going to be
corpse.
an exciting thing for our fans. And then when you talk
I'm
about
winning that
what
thing.
the carnage that was after the match here today, what's your take?
Well, I mean, look, I think that what came across here is that normally Corruption, who is loudmouth and taking shots at their opponent, even though they had a pretty dominating game, had a lot of respect for the Founding Fathers.
More classy than we've seen them.
That's right. And then because of the fact that this is the first time that Chance Ellison now has a title shot, Mike Kalinowski has his first title shot outside of the Intergeekdom division. This is a huge, huge thing. So they obviously talked a lot about the Shire Wolves. The fact the Shire Wolves took those championships back, and now this is one more time that Mike Kalinowski gets to play Rachel Cushing for a championship. So the story is there once again.
That's right, and you are going to get to witness all of that right here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. And you guys, if you're in the San Diego area, you can catch us at Comic-Con. Saturday night is the big matchup. Get your tickets right now at theschmoedownlive.com. I'll be doing some stand-up Thursday night down there at Comic-Con, American Comedy Company.
Well, the other thing, though, too, Mark, that I don't want to forget about is that Dan Murrell said it. They still have that title shot from the free-for-all. The Founding Fathers still have that title shot. If I'm the Founding Fathers, I wait to see if Corruption can take those championships, and if they do,
you go rematch?
I cash in and I try to, because look, they got them 2-0 right now. They got them 2-0. That if you have that shot to get to them, and you don't have to build yourself up, and Corruption can take those titles, you cash in, you play them for those titles. That's all. That's what I would guess.
That's your strategy. We'll see how Founding Fathers want to take it. We'll see if Corruption can live up to the promise that they certainly showed here today. Good match, partner.
great match. And congratulations to Corruption, and congratulations to all of you guys for this. This is what a match this was. And
you're welcome, is what you're saying.
Well, but Founding
you're welcome
Fathers,
for all the
but
entertainment
Founding
we give
Fathers,
you.
I thought, put up a hell of a fight at the end and showed the kind of competitors they are. Yeah. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. Make sure you join us over on Patreon. Go to the Facebook group. Check out the Schmoedown Rundown. It's every Saturday on this channel, and you can also find it on the Apple Podcast. Thank you to Himalaya. Download this show. Listen to it. Quiz yourself on the road or at the gym. It's a lot of fun. And Schmoedown Classic is another one, too. You can find all the seasons from before. You're brand new to this thing. Well, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, and 4 will be up soon. Go to Schmoedown Classic. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. Everything he said is true.
All right.
And now for 2 more minutes. There we go.
Miss Butt.
Oh, dear God.
How are you?
You know, I've been better, but hanging in there.
Well, you know, I'm your boss now.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm the new commissioner.
Yeah, I got that.
You know, I wanted to talk about how you've been handling things here at the Schmoedown. I just think what you've been doing is, quite frankly, terrible.
Terrible. Wow. You know, thank you so much.
That's a way of
for
saying
that,
great,
Robert.
I
I
guess.
just, manage a whole
Emma,
Patreon, do a lot of
punch
community
him.
management, have
Punch
opened
him
up a
square in the
Discord,
face.
So we have a lot of really good
Square in
fan
the nuts.
interaction.
No. That's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about acknowledging the greatness of the people that deserve it. There have been people that you have not acknowledged, that you have not admitted to just how wonderful they are for this league.
I don't think that's part of my job as commissioner.
Oh, yes, it is. Things are going to change, and let me tell you, I'm going to lead by example, and I'm going to show you why you need to acknowledge teams such as the family.
Shocker. Didn't see that one coming.
Well, you would have if you had acknowledged them in the past, which you, of course, have not done.
Once again, pretty sure that's not
You
my
realize
job.
I have the power to fire you. You realize I am your boss, and if I wanted, you'd be gone.
Okay. Then fire me. Is that what your plan is? I just, it's only for a month, so.
We'll see about that.
Okay, great.
Only for a month.
Great. So you just, you let me know.
I'll stay in touch.
Dear God, why?
I got nothing on that one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, before you watch
Chris, you okay there, buddy?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There we go again.
Look, you can't argue when a buzzsaw goes to a team. Every team has their day where they're just on fire. I mean,
Yeah.
Case, okay, I'm sorry to bring up a painful memory for us, but when you and I faced Arkham Knights, one-on-one,
They were on fire.
they were on fire that day. We
They
didn't have a
were.
prayer. And we spun
Nope.
Star Wars in round 2. But,
Yep.
yeah. It happens.
Sometimes it
and,
happens.
And I'm just bummed because, of course, the whole, if I hate the heels, yada, yada, yada. But look, they were great. I can't argue with a positive result. Now, that said, of course, am I going to be wishing to myself, Rachel, Clark, kick their asses because they deserve it. But I have to give it to them. Today was their day. So congrats.
Nico, your thoughts?
I'm not going to lie here. Kalinowski's starting to win me over.
Nice. That's good.
I can't deny the work ethic he has. I can't deny his passion for this game. He's got 2 title shots lined up with a potential 3rd on the way if he gets through 2 more people. There's a chance that we could see him challenging either Dan or Paul in New York next month. And, if he already has 2 titles over his shoulder by then, it'll be a sight to see. That I'm also happy for Chance because he's now getting his first title shot as well. We knew the potential he had when he first came in, and now he's realizing that potential, finally getting there. Paul is also there. He's going to be competing for their title on Friday. So again, the fan leagues are being validated by two people who we know, who we've faced, who we respect, and
might have lost to at one point.
And it sucks for the founding fathers. It sucks because they played a great game, but they lost to a team that played the perfect game. What more can you do? What more can you do? So it is what it is for the founding fathers. Again, I tip my cap to Corruption because they played a hell of a game, and the work they've been putting in is showing that it will pay. It's paying off, and they're on the quest to do. Mike's on a path to do something no one has done before. So I'm curious to see if he accomplishes that. Now, let's not bury the lead here. Robert Meyer Burnett. Jesus Christ. Everything we had hoped wouldn't happen is now happening. He's already going on a power trip, and it's just his first day. He's asking the commissioners to kiss his ass, and I don't like it at all. I wish Emma would just smack him. No
violence.
I have a feeling he's going to go that far. I have a feeling Robert's going to go too far if he hasn't gone that far already. And that
he hasn't done anything yet.
I was going to say he hasn't officially gone full Roger Ailes, but damn if he's not going to try.
We have only gotten a taste of what he's going to do, because the only thing we've seen is him talk to first guy and then Emma, and that's all. He hasn't made any decisions yet. So.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash.
Yes,
we've gotten the taste. I don't like the taste, and now he's trying to force feed the rest of the meal to us, and I don't want it.
No, you're like, I already ate enough, and he's like, eat.
Here, I have a coupon for a Grand Slam at Denny's. Can I use this instead of whatever meal of evil Robert Meyer is going to serve up?
Eat.
Or in the words of Freddy Krueger from Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child, bon appetit, bitch.
Well, yeah, no, that's it's gonna be fun for the next month. But yeah, I do quickly want to go back. It is amazing that Chance and Paul are now in title matches. They have Chance joined at the end of last year in the Corruption Anarchy team tournament. I mean, what's the difference, really?
Right.
But they already kicked ass there, and now they're kicking even more ass, and now he has a title match. And Paul only joined this year, and he has a title match, which is just insane. And it's great to see those guys, who I've known for a while, that they came here. And of course, we now have two matches where Rachel and Mike are facing off for belts. And that's pretty cool too. And I'm very excited for both matches. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to all the title matches coming, because all the titles will be on the line very soon. Inner Geekdom, singles, and teams. And I actually don't know who will win that. I hope some belt changes at least. Would be nice. A nice change of pace, in my opinion. But of course, it'll go down to the wire with these competitors. I know that. And I think that whoever ends up with the belt will deserve it. So we'll have to wait and see. I think that's really all we can say, guys. So please like the video, comment on the video, on anything that you saw in it, any of our thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're going to plug ourselves. So Nico, where can people find you?
I'm asking myself, do I really want to do plugs because I'm going on vacation, and so therefore I kind of want to be left alone? But
after vacation,
I'll do it anyway. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random meaningless numbers thrown in at the end on Discord. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. Zadius Smith and I have 2 more episodes of Crisis on Earthplex over at Multiplex Entertainment. The last one will be next week, and then I won't have any more obligations for them other than managing and competing. So, oh well. Rolling Crits, or at Rolling Crits on Instagram. We have 2 episodes on YouTube, so go check those out. Maybe another one has been added since then. I don't know. Again, my friends are still very new to this YouTube thing. And finally, right here on Dedicated to Art, or at D2A channel, check out our podcasts wherever podcasts are available. Check out our Schmoedown reactions. Since I'm going to be on vacation, I will be doing some reactions over vacation solo to the remaining Schmoedown matches while I'm gone. So check those out after you check out these 2 knuckleheads doing their thing in their own videos.
2? Maybe 3. I'm not entirely sure, but a certain person is coming on Thursday, and considering that she faced Paul once in a match, she might want to be in the reaction. I'm not entirely sure. With you, indeed. So she might want to be in the reaction. We'll see about that on Friday. So I'm hoping. It really depends on if she wants to. Chris, where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Doman. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And go back to our most recent episode of the Who Cares Anyway podcast, where we counted down our top 5 personal favorite matches of the season so far. And, of course, it was where our beautiful latest trend of hashtag China Sticks was born. Yes. Guys, honestly, from here on, we're just going to start, for everything we're plugging on Twitter, we're just going to add hashtag China Sticks to it. We have to make this a thing. It is going to be the greatest thing ever, and you all know it. But yeah.
Seriously, if it ends up being being in the trending list on Twitter one time, make a screenshot of that, and I will.
I will be so happy. And then
I'll drink a beer to that.
And then also this Friday, in honor of The Lion King, we will be doing our ranking of Disney animated movies. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, just the animated movies, not the live-action remakes or any of the other live-action movies.
And no Pixar, just straight Disney.
Yes. It's really just the Disney canon, so look forward to that. Where you can also find me. I will be on that show. And in the meantime, you can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Case Tornadoes on Facebook and Letterboxd. And a couple of big matches coming up, very exciting matches. I'm looking forward to a lot of them. So stay tuned for those reactions whenever they come. And until our next video, I'll just say take care.
Hashtag China Sticks, bitch.